Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the metronome on and we're going to start to subdivide the beat into greater and greater numbers. So what you want to start with is just one note. So if you want to take the first string and you're just going to hit it one note per click. Okay, so if I'm going to start out my count like this, I'm going to alternate pick all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat, 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay, so that's the first step. The next step is that you're going to take that and you're going to divide it into 2 equal parts. So if we put that click back on, we're now going to be doing eighth notes. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So the next step is we're going to go to threes. Okay, so 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, then the next step is going to be fours, so it's going to be 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Okay, if you want to keep going, we're going to do fives. Okay, fives are a little bit trickier to count. Some people will say hippopotamus because it's 5 syllables. Hippopotamus. Okay, so you can do it that way. The way that I do it is I use some syllables that I learned from Indian percussion music. And so what I say for 5 is taka takita. So taka takita, taka takita, taka takita, taka takita. Okay, so notice that I'm accenting the downbeats of each grouping of 5. So it'll be down with a hit, up with a hit, down with a hit, up with a hit. Okay, so let me do that again for you. So just accenting the first group of 5. All right, we're going to move on and we're going to do sixes now. Okay, so sixes, you can count as if it's triplets, so you can do triplets twice, like 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Right, it's a lot to say. If you want to do the Indian counting, you can go like this. Takita, 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 takita. Okay, so here's my click again. So 2 sets of triplets, and when you're alternate picking, it's going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so notice that I've been keeping the tempo pretty even all the way through, and I'll throw a metronome on and show you an exercise in a second. So just make sure that you're really consistent with your timing. So when you keep subdividing the beat into these bigger numbers, that the tempo is the same. It just feels like you're going faster. It sounds like you're going faster, but it's really just the pick hand is going quicker. Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to do sevens now. So sevens, the way you're going to count it is takita takadimi, takita takadimi, takita takadimi, takita takadimi. So takita takadimi. So 7 things. Okay, so for the counting or for the picking, make sure that you hit a downbeat on the first one and then it's an up pick on the next one. Okay, so takita takadimi, takita takadimi, takita takadimi. And then the last step is to do 8s, which are 32nd notes, okay? So you can count as if it's 16s, like 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a, all right? So you can do it that way. You can use my Indian counting. So you would say takadimi, 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 takadimi. So here's that. All right, so an exercise that you can do is to try and go through all of these right in a row. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the metronome on. I'm going to put it at 60, so it's nice and slow so that we can fit everything in. If this is too fast, slow it down, or just try and get yourself up to maybe the 6s, and then start to speed that up, and that'll help you get all the way up so that you can do 8s at 60. Okay, so you can hear that click, right? What I'm going to start with is single notes, and I'm going to do each of these for 4 beats. Okay, so we're going to start out quarters, we're going to go to 8s, then triplets, then 16ths, then our quintuplets, then our sextuplets, our 6s, then our septuplets, our 7s, and then our 32nd notes, our 8s. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a taka takita taka takita taka takita taka takita 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 takadimi takita takadimi takita takadimi takita takadimi takita. All right, so I hope you get the idea with this, right? So what you should try is see if you can maintain one of the numbers for a long period of time. So you don't have to do it the way that I just did it, where you do everything in a row. Maybe just stay on one of those. So if you're trying to work out the 5s, if the 5s are really difficult, stay on 5s. Right? If there's another number giving you trouble, stay on that one and just do it incessantly until you can just do it till it feels really natural, right? So eventually, when you start to get your hand really coordinated, then you will be able to do tremolo picking, like the Eddie Van Halen style, or John Petrucci, or like any of those really shredder guys where they do that kind of stuff. It's all in the right hand. So if you can work your way up through all the numbers, 1 all the way through 8, you'll be ready to go with anything that requires that you do that speed picking, tremolo picking. Okay, so I'm going to give you another variation that you can do, which is to take a scale and then you can apply the picking to it. So for example, if you take your minor pentatonics, I'm going to do it in the key of A. So the 5th fret on the 6th string, so 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Okay, and then what you can do is start to do those divisions. So right there I did it 1, so if I do 2s, so I would do that up, and I would bring it back down, and then I would move on to 3s. And then I would do 4s. And then I would move on 5, 6, 7, and then up to 8. So the big difference between this and what I showed you previously is that you're doing it on one string. So moving across the strings might become a little more tricky. So you might want to isolate maybe just 2 strings at a time. So you could take just, let's say, 1 note on each string. So if I bar my finger across the 5th fret on the 6th and 5th, so I'm just working on the cross picking, so when I move from one string to the next string. So you're still alternate picking all the way through. But when you move to the next string, because your hand's moving in a different direction, it might feel a little bit different than it does if you're just doing one string, right? And so when you're doing all the numbers and it's the one string, try and do it on all 6 strings. So I was showing you on the 1st string, do it on the 2nd, do it on the 3rd, and so on. Take it all the way down, right? So you got a couple variations with the tremolo picking, so try it with scales. You can do arpeggios like this. All right, so all that stuff will work. So just take it really slow. Put on the metronome, make sure that you're doing it in time, and just take it really, really slow. All right, I hope you had fun, and I will see you in the next couple lessons. Bye.